Welcome to this episode of Kennedy Saves the World. The world is in chaos. Every time you turn on the news or open a news website, you're seeing protests and anger and violence, and it feels like things have gotten out of control. I think the only thing that can truly save us right now, since so many human beings have failed us, are dogs. We have to celebrate the love that we have for dogs and the love they bring into our lives, because we have to find a way to reconnect with our humanity. And since we can't do that together, I truly believe that the only way we're going to be able to do that is with the unconditional love and beauty that dogs bring into our lives. And that's why on this special happy hour, it is part two of my conversation with Don Sturz, who is the president of the Westminster Kennel Club and Dog Show. And for you, this is a virgin strawberry greyhound. Welcome back to the podcast.
Cheers.
Cheers
Thanks
to you,
so
Don.
much, Kennedy.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's excellent.
Yes. If only, if we had actually thrown some vodka and Saint Germain in there, it would be
time.
Yes, absolutely right. And I know that the dog show is coming up.
Yeah.
But when I walk around, especially in New York, and New York can be a really heavy place, I see people and the love they have for their dogs.
Yes.
And whenever I see that, I think, okay, we're going to be okay, because people need this channel of unconditional love, and they're so defensive about other human beings. Am I right in thinking that dogs can save us?
You're absolutely right. And I was smiling as you were, stating your introduction, because I actually was just having a conversation where I was basically expressing the same sentiment of someone asked me what was my favorite moment at Westminster. And I said, nowadays, I said, what I love about Westminster is there's this just moment in time where there's this universal connection in this very divisive time we're in, where dogs bring us all together in this sense of love and companionship and joy. And I just think that's pretty amazing. So I'm with you 1,000% on that.
Yes.
I think dogs are the solution.
I think you're right. And I see the way, cheers to dogs saving the world, because we need it somehow.
Absolutely.
But, for anyone who has a dog and has a connection with their dog, you look in their face and you see a type of love that, for me, it's like, I know there is a God, because to create something like that is so beautiful. And that's why it's so hard for people to lose a pet.
Absolutely.
Because, family members, you can think, well, Aunt Janice was a real jerk at Thanksgiving, but a dog never, except for my dog eating my underwear, never does anything to hurt you. And so I look at these handlers at the dog show, and I look at the way that they are truly connected with their animals, and also canine officers. The same thing. And we trust dogs with so much.
And that's been since the beginning of time. Humans, dogs have always been together. Even back in the caves, they gravitated, because there's something about that companionship, the loyalty, the honestness of a dog's love that is, I think, something we've always craved as humans. And, at the end of the day, when I come home, I'm sure it's the same for you and Lenny, I come home and I may be exhausted, I may be wiped. I am completely rejuvenated when my 3 kids are jumping around and getting all excited like I've been gone forever.
Yeah.
And just, and just because it's me, I don't do anything. I feed them and I walk them. That's it. But they think I'm the best thing on this planet. You know what? We all need that once in a while.
Yes,
huh?
absolutely. And it's funny, because I know we talked about this a little bit last time. I obviously love French Bulldogs, because they're not even like dogs. Like that. And I know that because when I walk my dog, other dogs look at it like, okay, what is going on here?
Yes.
It's like, I thought that truffle pigs were against the law here in New York City, but apparently they're letting someone in.
They're in.
And he just, roots around and makes like a snorting sound, and it's just like a giant white walking ham. But we gravitate toward these breeds. Are there trends in dog breeds?
I think the Frenchie is so popular, especially in New York City, because it's kind of the perfect apartment-sized dog.
Oh yeah.
It's you can carry it. It doesn't take up a lot of space, but it's not so little or frail that it's going to break when you trip on it, right? So,
Yes.
I think also that expression, that what we're getting at. You come home and you look in those eyes every day. That's just melting. And a Frenchie's temperament and personality is kind of perfect for the city, because fearless, and they walk around like they own the
I
place.
know, it's so
My
funny.
guy Emmett, like when we walk down the street, he literally like stares people in the face, like looks at people like, yo, what about me? And that's how he is. And the breed is like that. They're characters, and they're so endearing, and they don't ask much. They really don't.
No, I mean, that's why they're so great, because I see people out, I live near the river, and I see people
Mhm.
running with dogs. And sometimes I think, man, I wish I had a dog to run with. But then I realize, like, if there's a day where I don't feel like running, the dog's like, no, we're going 6
We're out of
miles.
here. Right. We're
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
Thanks
Yeah.
for coming. Let's go get your shoes
And
on.
I think that's part of the decision people make, right? When they choose a dog, is their lifestyle and how does the dog. And that's where I think all the breeds come into play. There's some type of dog that will suit every type of lifestyle and every type of personality, and you need to know that going into it, right? Like, what are you? Do you have an active lifestyle? Do you have a more sedentary lifestyle? Do you have the time to give a more active dog, or should you get a dog that's more of a couch potato? That kind of thing. And those are conversations to have. Whether you're single or have a partner or have a family, to take all those dynamics into play, so you make a good choice, because the dog should be in a forever home. It's not to just try it out.
Don't go anywhere. More Kennedy Saves the World right after this.
Well, and that kind of brings us to this pandemic conversation, because a lot of people got dogs, and now they're filling up shelters with dogs, and that's heartbreaking.
Yeah,
How do
heartbreaking.
we solve something like that?
I think it's awareness and education, just like, that kind of conversation, to kind of make people slow down and think a little bit. Getting a puppy or a dog should never be an impulse choice.
Amen.
It shouldn't be, oh, isn't that cute? Let's bring one home. Like, never do that. Always think it out, do your homework, talk to people who have dogs that are of the breed that you're interested in. Seek out a reputable breeder, or seek out a breed rescue, which is great. The breed clubs have rescue services where dogs that maybe didn't work out for somebody else would be perfect, for
so
your
if
family.
you can't afford an English Bulldog, there are plenty of people like, wow, this dog is higher maintenance than I signed up for.
Yes.
And you can adopt that animal into your family.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And so I think there's lots of options, around this. And, this is, Westminster is really committed to that. We, in addition to putting on the dog show, which is, happening next week, which I hope you're going to come to.
Of
please.
course. I can't wait.
So we do a lot of philanthropic things. And one of those is to make donations to breed rescues.
Yeah.
And it's funny you brought it up. One of the recipients is the Bulldog Club of America's Rescue Foundation
Oh,
this
that's
year.
great.
So it's kind of perfect.
Yeah.
And so we take a lot of pride in that. We still do scholarship donations to veterinary hospitals and veterinary schools. And we participate in the Purple Leash, which is we partner with Purina Pro Plan, which is one of our sponsors for the event. And it's a program where money is put towards creating shelters that are also pet friendly for people who have been in abusive situations that are
That's
looking to get
nice.
out.
Yeah.
Because so many women want to get out of an abusive situation, but they have a pet, and most shelters won't take pets, and it causes them to have to stay in a bad situation.
Yeah, and they're bonded to the dog.
Yeah, and
even
and
though they're
priority.
in an abusive relationship. That's actually a wonderful program. And, a lot of people don't consider that stuff. And that's why you see some homeless people, living on the street, existing outside of shelters and outside of homes with pets, because,
Correct.
They can't take them places. I think that's great.
Yeah,
And
we're really proud
if
of
I
that.
had a shelter, I would want more dogs, because I think there should be dogs in offices. I know,
agree.
like, when I bring my dog here, like, he gets really stoked because he loves people, but people also, they get excited too, because they think it's a chupacabra.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't think they've got like a therapeutic energy. That's really what it's
Absolutely.
about. So I agree with you. I have a new Pekingese puppy that I got for Christmas. And to that point, that's something I've been exploring for like 6 years.
Okay.
So even me, who
I
president
mean,
of
you're a
Westminster
dog
Kennel Club,
expert. You know all the breeds, you know all
know.
the temperaments, and
I worked on this for 6 years.
Wow.
And, really did my homework and connected with, a really reputable breeder, and waited for the right puppy, for my lifestyle. And, it's, one of those things. I take her to work with me. She travels with me. And like you say, no matter where we're in an airport, like, people just grab her, like she's like a magnet.
Yeah.
And there's something about that canine energy that seems to be this universal connection for people. So I'm right back where we started. I do think it's the solution.
Yeah,
So
and-
come next weekend to Westminster Kennel Club.
yes, and for people who can't make it, like, it's so much fun to watch on TV.
Yeah,
It's so much fun watching these
so
breeds.
many options for viewing. Fox Sports is a great partner for us, and so we've got on Saturday, May 11th, you can watch live streaming of the agility competition, and then on Monday, May 12th, from 2 to 4, Fox Sports Live will have the Master Agility Finals.
Beautiful.
And then,
That is so much fun to watch.
That's crazy fun to watch.
I mean, especially for those of us who have non-sporting dogs.
Yes.
It's always amazing to see these like just incredible specimens.
Yeah, and they're athletes.
Yes.
You know, and again, the connection between the handler and the dog and what push this course in the fastest time possible. And then on Monday, May 13th and Tuesday, May 14th, we'll have live streaming all day long, so you could watch individual breed judging. If you're not there, just log on, watch that. And then in the evening, the live broadcast on FS1 will be the group's investment show. So Tuesday night, May 14th, best in show.
So much fun.
Yeah, really exciting.
And it's always fun seeing them side by side.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys do it. I really don't understand like how you judge. And I know last time you told me like every once in a while, Don will look at you and be like, "Yeah, Don, that's right. It's my day."
It's exactly it. It gets, I find that always plays out that way, because especially at an event like Westminster, where you've got the top champions in the country competing, we literally have the top 10 dogs in every group. Almost all of them are entered at Westminster this year, which is phenomenal. And we even have dogs coming from other countries, from all over the world. So it's really truly an international event. And so you're splitting hairs between all of these amazing animals of excellence.
Mm-hmm.
And it truly is what great dog is having a great night.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. And it's, pretty amazing.
Yeah. And it's, it was like when I won Miss USA, I was just having a great night.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. Oh, Don. I can taste the victory.
There we go.
All right. So we will be there for Westminster, and Purple Leash. I want people to go investigate that and, donate some money. And I have a friend who rescued a dog from Aruba. So they do have programs in places where they have feral dogs where they'll take them into shelters, and you can volunteer at the shelter, and then if you connect with the dog, you can rescue
Absolutely.
it and
So if
bring it
anybody
home.
is interested in that, you can go to the westminsterkennelclub.org. It's our website, or the Purina Pro Plan website. Both we partner on Purple Leash.
Oh, beautiful. So people can go there
and look it up, read about it, learn more about it, and
see some
certainly
cute dogs
support.
and do some good all at the same time.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I know you have more projects in the works. So when you come back, we'll have a different version of a canine-centered cocktail.
I love that idea.
Okay. Thank you, Don.
Thank you so much,
You're
Kennedy.
amazing. And let dogs save the world. This has been Kennedy Saves the World. Cheers to that.
Cheers
Along
to
with
dogs.
Sturz, I'm Kennedy.
Listen ad-free with a Fox News Podcast Plus subscription on Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Prime members can listen to this show ad-free on the Amazon Music app. Oh, go ahead and leave me a review while you're there. I'd love to hear what you have to say. You've been listening to Kennedy Saves the World on the Fox News Podcast Network.